WeatherPlus meteorologist Rob Jones here, keeping you updated on the severe situation along the East Coast this evening. We do have a tornado warning in effect right now for portions of northern North Carolina. Let me break that down. Right in there is where the National Weather Service is indicating the potential for a tornado right now, and that's why they have issued the tornado warning, which is in effect until 9:30. Moving to the interior of your home, a closet, a hallway, a bathroom, somewhere where you feel the safest. Big storms on tap as we work our way through the evening hours, but behind this front, a big cold shot of air, especially for the Sunshine State, talking about wind chill advisories in effect. Blowing snow is the next concern with the winds coming in, wrapping around that low pressure system. It will get windy to gusty. The big concern, of course, is the major river flooding. St. Louis southwards, we're expecting the majority of the major flooding. Not that there won't be any flooding north of there, but we are talking about the major flooding. We see the snow showers. That's not the problem, though. The wind is the concern with that wind coming in out of the northwest. It has been quite gusty through the day. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s, 50s as you head from D.C. southward, but look at these gusts in the 25 to 30, even close to 40-mile-an-hour range for the airports in the northeast. In our international headlines, an elderly couple that police believed were buried by an avalanche on a highway in western Canada have been found alive. All right, it's time for that winter weather update. I'm WeatherPlus meteorologist Rob Jones. We have calmed down quite a bit, especially along the east coast of the country. Northwest corner looking much better, but how long will it last? Low pressure spinning up and high pressure off to the northwest of that, causing a windy situation as you head into Southern California, parts of the desert, and into, say, Las Vegas. On the warm side of the system, temperatures still in the 60s and 70s for much of the southeast. We could see maybe a strong storm or two yet, but for the most part, things have been calming down. Still a flooding situation as you head on the north side of the storm, particularly in the southern portions of Illinois, as well as Indiana, southern Ohio, and then back off into Arkansas, Missouri, of course, where we saw the big rains yesterday. The flooding threat will continue there because the basins, the river basins, are still filling with the floodwaters that are draining into those systems, and with that, the river levels do rise and river flooding occurs at that point. As we look behind this front, though, we notice the colder air beginning to work in, so we're drying out, we're cooling things down quite a bit, and we're clearing out our skies. Right now it's 46 in Memphis, 39 in Lexington, Kentucky, 32 in Cleveland, so notice much colder air behind that front. Out ahead of it, still 60s and 70s, 71 degrees in Richmond, it's 65 in Atlanta, and 80 degrees in Jacksonville. WeatherPlus meteorologist Rob Jones here to give you another update on the severe weather. We are talking about a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of North New Jersey once again into Sussex and Morris County, where you could see some gusty winds with this and a good downpour. But other than that, hopefully that's all we will see. It is pushing off to the northeast and will clear the Jersey area fairly shortly. Most of the heavy rains are back off to the northeast of that as you head up into New England. Let's check out the radar picture right now, and we can see what's going on. The yellow box there, that is that severe thunderstorm warning, which is in effect right now until 7:30 local time, and that means that the gusty winds are still possible, as well as a pretty good downpour. I don't think we have seen any hail or anything like that coming out of this, and lightning has been fairly limited and non-existent through the day. So that's the good news, but the bad news is you guys are still under this severe thunderstorm warning until 7:30 as this band here does pass through North Jersey. So we're talking about areas like Hamburg, down to Lake Hopatcong. Looks like most of it has cleared through there now, but as you head up into northern portions of Bergen County, you guys could get this squall line as it does push through. Let's pan a little bit off to the south now, show you what's going on into portions of New York City. Manhattan, you got this good line coming through right now, even into, we're talking about Brooklyn right here, and Queens. As this does pull on through, of course, it may hamper some of the airline traffic. WeatherPlus meteorologist Rob Jones back again to keep you updated on this tornadic situation in the Atlanta metro area. There is a tornado warning in effect right now for central Fulton County until 10 o'clock local time. If you guys are in this area, the area includes the Turner Field area as well as Piedmont Park. You may be in the path of this possible tornadic storm. National Weather Service Doppler radar has indicated that this particular cell here is showing rotation on the radar, and that means that it hasn't been sighted yet, but it's possible, at least by radar, that there may be a tornado on the ground in this area. You want to take immediate action. Some areas that may be affected by this particular storm include Belvedere Park, Reedon, Lithonia, as well as Lakeview Estates. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the Atlanta metro area, so you guys are under the gun right now as far as the messy, the dangerous weather is concerned. If we zoom in a little closer, we can show you exactly what we're talking about here. Here is I-75, here is I-85, and the downtown area right in here. So that includes, as I said, points near Turner Field as well as Piedmont Park, as this particular storm cell in here is showing rotation according to the National Weather Service out of Peachtree City. You'll want to take that immediate action, and that means going to a basement in your home if you do have one, or the lowest level of your home, the first floor. You want to get into an interior room immediately, possibly a hallway, a closet, a bathroom, and take that action to protect yourself, your family, and if you know of anyone out on the roadways, of course, warn them of the situation as well. Thanks for staying with us on Weather Plus. I'm meteorologist Rob Jones. Topping news at this hour, a wintertime warning as temperatures slowly start to rise across portions of the country. The ice on top of frozen ponds and lakes will begin to melt. Christopher Ennerbreston from WGBA has more on what to do when you find yourself on thin ice. Winter can take its toll on everything, including our feelings. If you find yourself a little down this time of year, you're not alone. As Kyler Berge explains, you may just be feeling winter blues. And finally, it's been a rough couple of weeks for thousands of people across the Southeast whose lives were changed forever following a deadly tornado outbreak. But among the destruction lies some hope and thanksgiving for a few survivors, which brings us to our Weather Plus snapshot of the week. You're looking at Donovan Adams of Macon County, Tennessee, who was rescued by a Good Samaritan after being knocked unconscious as one of the tornadoes approached. Adams jumped into his bathtub and quickly found himself falling out of it after his trailer went airborne. Suddenly upside down, he tumbled onto the ceiling just as the toilet came crashing down onto his head. Immediately after the storm passed, a neighbor pulled him from the wreckage and took Adams to a hospital. Amazingly, he only suffered minor injuries. And that's your Weather Plus snapshot of the week. Was also a slippery end to the work week for thousands of people in neighboring New Jersey. Pat Battle of WNBC in New York City braved the elements, and that was Pat Battle reporting on one of these hot chocolate days. All this dreary wet weather could have people heading to the doctor's office with a case of the flu. And with this year's powerful outbreak already underway, experts are working on next year's vaccine. Kristen Dahl. Hey there, thanks for staying with us on this Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Rob Jones. Air travel, it's slow today across much of the eastern half of the country thanks to that massive winter storm passing through the region. NBC's Michelle Franzen is at New York's LaGuardia Airport and joins us right now. Hey, Michelle, what's the latest out there?
Well, Rob, it's still quite a mess out here in that winter storm that started in parts of the south and Midwest.
Michelle, we were talking about cancellations there. Are the airlines doing anything to help these passengers get through the time that they're having to spend at the airport, or are they on their own?
Well, it's a mix of what they're doing. Sometimes they're offering passengers a chance to reschedule with no penalty, or they can get a refund depending on what their situation is. Certainly a lot of passengers have opted to reschedule their flights, and again, one person we talked to today decided it wasn't worth her time on this short weekend trip to reschedule, and she got a refund.
Probably the sentiments of many this weekend. All right, thanks a lot for that report, Michelle. We are clearing up some of the delays, but yeah, if you had one of those flight cancellations, not a good story for you. The snow totals so far, here are the official numbers. Stratford, Connecticut, 9 inches. Greenwich at 8 inches. JFK, 6.9, and officially in Manhattan, Central Park, 6 inches there, and in Newark, as you head over to the Jersey side, 6.5 inches over there. Numbers are piling up, and we've seen some other reports which suggest even 8, 9 inches in some areas as well. But as far as the New York City, the tri-state is concerned, these are the official numbers so far. What we can expect now as we work our way through the afternoon into the overnight, we've got our snow. But ice is the next story. We'll have to watch out for that as we're looking at some mixed precipitation falling through the afternoon into the evening hours. And then as we head into Saturday, we're talking about a slowly clearing situation. Remember, check ahead for those flight delays. We're always here at weatherplus.com.